He received 2 60-year sentences and, the tongue lashing of the century.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're discussing 10 criminals who will never be released due to the seriousness or heinousness of their actions.
Yes. Right. You killed them all, Ridgway. You killed them all. Mm-hmm.
Number 10, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman.
We looked at our organizational chart and organized all efforts towards Chapo because we were able to target him from multiple angles.
Once considered the most powerful narco in the world, the former leader of the Sinaloa cartel is currently serving a life sentence plus 30 years in a U.S. maximum security prison. His criminal career spans decades, during which he oversaw a vast and violent empire that smuggled immense quantities of illegal substances into the United States.
His smugglers aided by innovative techniques invented by the drug lord himself. Drugs hidden on boats and in cars, but perhaps most notably, in tunnels.
Guzman's notoriety for escaping from high-security prisons in Mexico, only to be recaptured and finally extradited to the U.S. in 2017, adds to his infamy. His fate includes no possibility for parole, effectively ensuring he will spend the remainder of his time behind bars.
This is where Chapo Guzman escaped from when he was being pursued by Mexican Marines. They broke down this door and found they had missed him by 8 minutes.
Number 9, Johar Tsarnaev.
In the months leading up to Marathon Day, Johar gave ominous hints at darkness.
A key figure in the Boston Marathon bombing in 2013, which resulted in the tragic loss of 3 lives and injured hundreds. Johar Tsarnaev will be imprisoned for the rest of his days. The attack, one of the most shocking acts of violence on American soil in recent history, led to a massive manhunt culminating in Tsarnaev's capture. In 2015, he was convicted on 30 charges, including conspiracy and use of a weapon of mass destruction leading to death. While his death sentence is still being appealed, his imprisonment underscores the severe consequences of perpetrating acts of terror and highlights the justice system's commitment to holding individuals accountable for endangering public safety and security.
Police sources also claim Johar scrawled a message in the boat where he was hiding that the attack was retribution for Muslim deaths in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Number 8, Terry Nichols.
Those sketches were released as rescue workers worked their way through the wreckage of the Murrah Federal Building.
Nichols was hit with multiple sentences for his involvement in the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995, one of the deadliest acts of domestic violence in U.S. history. This devastating event resulted in the loss of 168 lives and left over 600 individuals injured. Nichols was found guilty of conspiring with Timothy McVeigh to carry out the attack as a crazed act of protest against the federal government. His conviction on federal and state charges ensures that he will remain incarcerated for the rest of his time on this planet, a testament to the gravity of his terrible actions and their lasting impact on the nation. Number 7, Michael Swango.
In 2000, he met his fate, life in prison here in Florence, Colorado.
This former physician turned serial killer was implicated in the deaths of up to 60 patients and colleagues across the United States and Zimbabwe. Born in 1954, Swango graduated from Southern Illinois University School of Medicine, despite serious concerns about his competence. He worked in various hospitals where unusually high rates of death and illness followed his presence, leading to suspicions that he was poisoning patients and co-workers.
To still find levels, even after all of that time and all of that degradation, it almost had to be due to an external injection.
Arrested in 1997, Swango was initially jailed for fraudulently obtaining his medical positions. In 2000, he pleaded guilty to murdering 3 patients and was sentenced to 3 consecutive life terms without parole. His case highlighted catastrophic lapses in hospital safety and the oversight of medical personnel.
Many who knew him say he could have been great. Instead, 30 years later, what happens in Michael Swango's mind is still a mystery.
Number 6, Larry Nassar.
We talked to Nassar's lawyer. First thing he said was, you know, this is a very important man and you're potentially going to ruin his reputation here.
A former USA Gymnastics national team doctor and osteopathic physician at Michigan State University, Nassar is serving an effective until death sentence after being convicted of multiple counts. His horrific crimes came to light after hundreds of young athletes spanning decades bravely came forward.
I'm so horribly sorry that this was like a match that turned into a forest fire out of control.
Nasser's conviction on these multiple charges led to a judgment that ensures he will spend the rest of his existence in prison. This sickening saga has had a profound impact on the world of sports, prompting significant discussions about athlete safety, the responsibilities of institutions, and the importance of listening to and protecting survivors.
I also recognize that what I am feeling pales in comparison to the pain, trauma, and emotional destruction that all of you are feeling.
Number 5. Keith Raniere.
He got 120 years, Mom.
Who lives to that long?
Nobody, that's the point.
The founder of Nexium, a company that purported to offer personal and professional development seminars, received a 120-year prison sentence. Convicted in 2019 on several charges, including forced labor conspiracy and racketeering, Raniere masqueraded as a self-help expert to manipulate, control, and exploit his followers.
Every single woman who came forward to tell their horror stories feels vindication.
The case against him revealed a disturbing pattern, including the creation of a secret society within Nexium where women were branded with his initials. His conviction underscores the dangers of cult-like organizations and the power dynamics that can lead to exploitation and abuse under the guise of self-improvement.
I had the kind of love with Keith that was uneasy because I loved him and I was afraid of him.
Number 4. Joseph James DeAngelo.
As you see on the top there, again, he's moved to a new cell, I believe, and he's got light once again covered with papers.
Known as the Golden State Killer, DeAngelo was convicted with multiple consecutive life sentences after pleading guilty to 13 counts of murder and numerous other charges. His crimes, committed during the 1970s and 80s, terrorized communities across California.
You thought he was quite smart, did you?
Oh, yeah. He knew everything about everything that needed to be known about law enforcement.
DeAngelo, a former police officer, eluded capture for decades until advancements in DNA technology and genealogical research led to his arrest in 2018. His facing justice in 2020 marked the end of a long and harrowing saga for the victims and their families, bringing some measure of closure to cases that had remained unsolved for over 40 years.
And I'm really sorry. Everyone I've heard.
Number 3. Gary Ridgway.
You're an evil, murdering, monstrous, cowardly man.
The Green River Killer confessed to the murder of 49 women, making him one of the most prolific serial killers in American history. His crimes, which took place in the 1980s and 1990s, primarily targeted women in the Seattle area, many of whom were vulnerable individuals.
As he approached the door of his truck, Jim Doyen and I got out, and I told him he's under arrest for the murder of several women in King County.
In 2003, Ridgway was spared the death penalty in exchange for cooperating with authorities to locate the remains of his victims, ultimately leading to his conviction on 48 counts of murder. His case is notable for the sheer scale of his monstrousness, the years he evaded capture, and the impact of his actions on the families of his victims and the broader community.
He could have been anybody living next door. He was anybody living next door.
Number 2. Nicholas Cruz.
You're only 19, dude. Do you know how many years you had ahead of you? You know how many years you had? Years!
The perpetrator of the Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School shooting in Parkland, Florida in 2018 is doing life without the possibility of parole. One of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history, it resulted in the deaths of 17 individuals, including students and staff members, and left 17 others injured.
I have no forgiveness in my heart for you. You are a monster with no remorse, and every breath you take is a breath wasted.
Cruz's actions spurred a nationwide movement for gun control and school safety reforms, led by survivors of the shooting. His sentencing in 2022 marked the conclusion of a highly publicized and emotionally charged trial that captivated the nation.
But I have to live with this every day, and it brings me nightmares, and I can't live with myself sometimes, but I try to push through.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. James Holmes.
The duty judge has made a preliminary determination of probable cause to believe you're committed the offense of first-degree murder, which is a Class 1 felony under Colorado law.
Holmes is responsible for the 2012 Aurora, Colorado movie theater shooting during a midnight screening of The Dark Knight Rises, and is serving 12 life sentences plus 3,318 years. This act of violence, one of the deadliest shootings in U.S. history, resulted in the death of 12 individuals and injured 70 others.
This is a guy who is dressed up as the Joker, a villain, who's going to say, I didn't understand that what I was doing was wrong. That's not going to be easy.
Holmes's attack stunned the nation, igniting debates on gun control, mental health, and the security of public spaces. His punishment reflects the magnitude of the tragedy and the lives altered forever by his actions, as well as a grim reminder of the potential for violence in society.
I want all the jurors to know not to feel bad about what happened, because we're very happy with the sentence.
What other criminals could have made this list? Let us know in the comments. Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.